The war on silver is here. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to Empire Precious Metals. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about the war on silver. And when I'm talking about a war on silver, I'm talking about whatever is happening to manipulate and suppress the prices of silver. At the time of the recording of this video, gold is currently sitting at around $1,700. It's actually at $1,708. And we see silver just below 19 bucks at around $18.51, 52 cents. Now, this has me thinking a lot, especially lately, about the price of silver and just how it has been very lackluster. And I see in the comments in a lot of my videos just how people are kind of either losing interest in silver or they've lost their faith in the precious metal. And, it got me to thinking about, the silver prices over the years. And so what I ended up doing was I went on to macro trends, and you can easily just go on macrotrends.com and search for silver and look at the silver prices and change it however you want to. But I was thinking about, Presidents Biden, Trump, and so on. And I was thinking about how silver did under each of the presidents and different time periods. And so I decided to look at the last 5 years. And I want to show you something. So the last 5 years, we see that during the pandemic, we maybe flirted with 30 bucks. We were right around $28.50. And this was in August of 2020. And, that's during the pandemic. We know that there was supply chain issues. Everything was, closed. We had, transportation was closed. Mines were closed. Refineries were closed. So we had a major supply chain issue. And the fact that, silver didn't go way and beyond that price of $28.50 is just baffling. But now you fast forward just a couple of months, or actually 1 month, and in September it was revealed that JPMorgan was manipulating prices. It was actually reported that JPMorgan was in fact manipulating precious metal prices from 2008 to 2016, roughly a decade of this practice known as spoofing. And spoofing is essentially when they execute these trades that they never really intend on following through with. Essentially, they are manipulating the price, either driving demand and driving the price either higher or lower, depending on whatever it was that they were doing to line their pockets even further. So they end up paying their $920 million fine, and that's pretty much like the last that we heard about it, right? $920 million is a drop in the bucket for a major investment bank such as, JPMorgan Chase. Now, fast forward again, it was said by many analysts that once Biden got into office, his green energy push, it was going to push silver to at least $50 an ounce, at least. And we had other analysts and experts and people in the precious metals and mining industries say, it's possible that we're going to see triple-digit silver. This isn't something that many people in the stacking community haven't heard before. This is something that many of us have heard. So let's see how things looked, under a Biden presidency. Let's take a look at silver and look at that. Silver does not seem to be performing very well under this presidency. Actually, quite the contrary. Even though Biden has pushed for clean energy, and many people within the stacking community, and especially newer stackers that were reading this information and they were buying so much, silver, whatever they could get their hands on, because they felt, this is when, silver is going to see its day. We have a new president who's big on green energy. That means a lot more silver is going to be needed for solar panels, and we're just going to see this huge explosion with the silver prices. So you do have a lot of people going out buying lots of silver, and look what's going on. We are below $20 right now. Silver has been flat, if not consistently declining over these last couple of years. So now how about Trump? I was like, let's see how Trump did. Let's see how silver was performing under President Trump. This actually surprised me. Look at this. Now, as you can see here, silver actually was holding its own. It was actually doing very well when it comes to spot price under President Trump. Now, obviously, there's some things at play here, right? We know that inflation is a big part of what's happening right now. So those of you that either are or are not familiar with precious metals, essentially, we've got very high levels of inflation right now. We're looking at 40-year highs of around like 8.5%. And so to combat inflation, we know that the Fed has continually been increasing interest rates. And because the interest rates continue to be raised, we see that the dollar gets stronger. And because the dollar is getting stronger, we know that precious metals only continues to get weaker. So as long as this continues, as long as the inflation continues to be where it's at and the Fed continues to raise interest rates and the dollar continues to get stronger, we're going to see precious metals continue to get hammered. Now, yes, things are cyclical. We know that there's always going to be ups and downs, both in the stock market, precious metals, commodities. I mean, there's always going to be cycles. Real estate, crypto, I guess. I don't know. Actually, crypto to me is just in a totally different world. But when it comes to precious metals, we do know that they can either raise or lower at any given time. And many people within the stacking community know to stack this stuff long term. But you do not want to only be invested, or shall I say, stacking silver, especially for examples like the ones I'm showing you in this video, how the silver prices have been relatively flat and declining. And gold, same thing. We saw gold hit all-time highs just about a year and a half ago, but now we are actually seeing gold continually decline in price. And again, that's because of interest rates being raised. If anything, your best bet is to continue to stack cash, stack silver, stack gold, because at any given time, you'll probably need one, two, or all three of those things. They don't always perform and behave in the same way. Typically, silver and gold, we know that it's going to have its cycles where it's going to, go up, and then it's going to come down. And whenever we see, stock market crashes, we see that precious metals also go down in value, but those are first to essentially rebound from a stock market crash. And they actually then will shoot up and sometimes even do better than they were before. Silver and gold stacking is a long-term play. That it is a way for you to lock up your wealth, your funds, into a different form that has been tested over the course of essentially mankind, thousands of years. Silver and gold has been regarded as a form of money. It's tangible. It's not, something that is, that has a promise written against it, like these fun coupons here. So continue to stack, but do so cautiously. But the point is, you want to make sure that you are consistently purchasing silver and gold regularly, and you don't want to be doing it in just one-off huge purchases. You want to be doing a little at a time, either once a week or every couple of weeks or once a month, whatever your budget allows. But you want to be doing this consistently. That way you can continue to build up your stack in dollar cost average, so that way it benefits you. Right now is a great buying opportunity. We're seeing a long and sustained drop in prices. That is a dip. That's a true dip, which I will get to in another video. This is a buying opportunity. So make sure you're going out there, you're stacking your silver, your gold. Make sure you're putting some money aside for rainy days. And let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the prices of silver and gold? Is there a war against silver?